Hi, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing great. It's been a very busy week, um, but doing well. We're excited to have family back in town, and um, I'm excited. It's the first day of April. This is going to be a fun month, you guys. I just know it. It's my daughter's birthday month. Yeah, I think of birthdays as a month sometimes. We've got to do all the birthday decorations and organize the party. I'm going to be very busy at work, but I still plan on being productive too. So that's what I wanted to discuss with you guys today is I wanted to chat about the things that I made in March. Hey Kimmy, welcome. And I wanted to talk about my April goals and I wanted to hear from you guys. So usually on the 1st, this is a part of a collab, the Crafty Goals, the 2023 Crafty Goals collab. This is put on by Debbie over at Project 39 Mini Albums. And yeah, I'm a part of the collab team for that. And so on the 1st of every month, we get together, we reassess like how our goals went for the month prior or just do planning for the next month. So in front of me here, I have the things that I made this month, and I'm going to discuss what my goals were, did I hit them, and then what my goals are for April. But I want to hear about you guys. Do y'all set crafty goals for yourselves? And I wanted to kind of have a back and forth discussion about it. Maybe you don't set crafty goals, but maybe you have different productivity tips or things that you use in your life to keep you motivated and on track to reaching goals. So that's what this live is all about. I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to jump right in. These are some cards that I made for the sheet load of cards this month. The 4 of these is all I have left. I've already sent some others off. And in a live last Saturday, a week ago, I made these. So I typically really like to change the sheet load into 5x7, but these are, as the sheet load is designed, these are A2. And so the sheet load made 8 cards. I've already sent out half of these, and this is the other ones. These will be going to donation, and it says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Super cute, using an old kit. And so that's in a live section of my channel. So those are the sheet loads that I did this month. I was on Craft Roulette this in March, and it was actually me and my hubby's anniversary. And I made this card, which is kind of really different. I had muslin fabric on my desk, and I decided to stamp and watercolor on it, and this is the card that I made for Craft Roulette. It's a big one. So this is an A9. It's a 6 by 9 inch card, I believe. Let's see. No, 5.5 by 8.5. And it fits in a 6 by 9 envelope. That's what it is. So that was really fun. I just really had fun hanging out with Mary, and it was a blast. Craft Roulette was so much fun. And then now I've been so busy ever since I haven't been able to watch. I thought I was going to be able to watch last night, and it was a no-go. Okay, I have a couple of others where I continue to play. These are some stamps. They're Prima stamps that I had gotten in a kit from Dreams Etc. And I played around. I really love these stamps. I had a couple in my stash I had acquired a couple more, but Prima makes these just beautiful, beautiful stamps. This is not, that's, I mean, I love this stamp, but that is not the Prima. But here are the girls that came in the kit, plus one more. She's not on my desk. She's on the other desk. But just absolutely gorgeous, and I love playing with them. So I didn't make a video with these. These were some crafty time that I just got to myself. And I am giving myself that more frequently now, just since really the new year. I try to do some crafts just off camera, just me in my craft room, and or me in at my dining room table, so that the family is around, and you know, just crafting. So this is really fun. This was a gel print I did, and then I stamped and embossed. So she is embossed on that gel print. That was the only way the ink was ever gonna dry. And then I had tea-dyed cardstock, and so the card base is actually tea-dyed paper. These two are both on that muslin fabric, and I had talked about Lost Shadow on ivory paper. I just love it. So that's Lost Shadow. It says Dare to Dream. And I really love the way this card came out. I really kind of honestly struggled with it, but then once it started coming together, I really love this card. Again, this one is stamped and made on a tea-dyed piece of paper. This is also another one of those large cards. So this is an A9. So it's an 8.5, I should say 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, scored at 5.5, and you get this just magnificently large and fun card to work with. And so I made that one. And this one, she's so pretty. This one I did stitching, and I added layered paper in the background. It had a couple of different pieces I just kind of pieced together. I had used a punch that I got with my friend Letty at a creative reuse center for $5. This is one of, I think this is, yeah, Martha Stewart. And so I used that to kind of make myself a lace. Let's see, I don't know if I did the inside. I didn't, but again, tea-dyed cardstock. I usually really like to decorate the insides of my cards, and I could still come in here and stamp, but because I had it on the tea dye, I don't think I felt the pressure to really worry about that. So that's kind of that series. And twice in March, I did Saturday morning makes, and I basically took old kits and busted them. I don't know why this one's still here. These cards are for donation, and I already donated the others, but I guess I just missed one, so I'll have to throw that back and give that in the next donation. And yeah, all of these are cards for donation. These were paper pumpkins. It was kind of a long live, but some of my lives are, and I made a bunch of these, and I think there were like 12 of these as well. So it was definitely a card making month for me. This is a card, I think I made it this last month, but I'm not 100% sure, for Craft Roulette. No, you know what? I think I made this last month, and I did make it in a live. So this was a card submission for Craft Roulette that I did, and I still had it around. So I thought I made it this month, but I do think it was at the end of last month. I love it. It's on denim paper. I've got this light and fluffy paste that I ran through a stencil. And then this is the light and fluffy paste that I always use. And then I had done some die cuts and added some metal, and I did this faux Polaroid with faux vintage tape. It was really fun. So that is on my channel if you want to see how that was made. I made this card the same day. Hey Cumberland Road. How are you? Good morning. Austin. Oh, yeah. I love it. I've only been once and I kind of went crazy. So you're in the area. I'm in Hutto. I think you're near, and my mom is in Taylor. I think you're near me, which is super cool. We will have to do a meetup. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Good morning. So these are two cards I made recently on my channel in a live. It was this past Tuesday. It was for Oh So Inspired. So I was supposed to be on Call Me Crafty Al's channel, but there were technical difficulties. And so I just tried to keep it going. So I did it on my channel, and she sent me a inspiration right before I went live from artist Percy Robb, and these are the two cards I made. I had a 5 cards 1 kit on my channel this month where I made these Frida cards. So that is something else you can check out. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love this kit. You're in Hutto? Oh my gosh. Yes, that is so awesome. Oh my God. Hutto is not that big. If we're in the same neighborhood, I'm going to lose my mind. We'll have to chat about that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so those are the cards I made in March, which I think it was a pretty good card month. In March, I also did my collage journal each week. So, you know, these are past weeks, just flipping through real quick to get to March. Let's see. I honestly can't remember if this little guy was March or not, but he was super fun. I think this started March. So this is my Lionel Messi kind of tribute one. It was something related to a sport, a gate or a fence, a line of poetry, numbers, an old sticky note, which I opted to not do, and something that starts with the letter C. So, which I picked constellation, by the way. But this was that one, and then my kids at the aquarium. So this was kind of me collaging a memory that I do have pictures from, but still it was just kind of fun because I just remember this trip and how special it was. And so that was fun to collage a memory. I've never done that before. So, I know, Dawn, right? Sharon, good morning. How are you? So yeah, that was in March, and then this one was super fun. This one I am really like, I love this one because I know the story, I know the memory. I was collaging my personal memories, but in this one I was telling a story that anybody could make out, you know, I think. And so that is really fun, like making a collage that's like graphic and storytelling in a way that no words are really needed. And then this was the one I made this week for Willy Wonka, which was super fun as well. So that's it. I need to get busy and do week 14. But so I did my collage in March. I made 2 big journals in March, one of which I've already given to the recipient. It was a custom journal. The whole process is on my channel. If you wanted to see a junk journal made from start to finish in real time, that is on my channel. Oh, thanks, Sharon. That was one that I made for Lionel Messi. I know. I was supposed to be at Craft Roulette last night, but some of our family members came back into town and they've been gone for 10 weeks. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down and visit with them before craft roulette. And then, we just had such a nice time catching up and seeing each other that I stayed and savored the moment and missed craft roulette. So I need to catch it. I'm going to be crafting today a little bit. I'm going to be working a little bit. I'm going to be running errands a little bit, but I hope to catch the replay. Good morning, Gloria. Hi, Amy. Amy, did you send me your address for that card you won in my life? If not, do so. I have it. It's yours. That's my stomach growling. Welcome. It's the new character to my channel, my growling stomach. But yeah, so this was another large journal that I made this month. And there's a whole process video on this. It was an edited one so that I could keep it short. It's like 30 minutes long, and you can see how I made this entire journal. And I got to get this one in the mail. I got to get a lot of things in the mail. I did, but this one is super special, and I do love it. You can find it on my channel. The other big journal, oh my gosh, I made it. It was a custom journal that I made for my neighbor, and you guys, I thought she was going to cry. She loved it so much. Like, it was so sweet. She really, really loved it, and that made me so happy. So happy. Okay, I started Zentangle in March. So here's the thing. Desiree over at Include a Thank You piqued my interest in Zentangle when she started sharing it on her channel, and she has a Facebook group for it, and I took one of her classes there. She also has a class on, I think, Teachable. And I was on Craft Roulette with Mary, and one of the patrons, I loved all the patron questions, but one of them asked, like, maybe what craft I would do, what would I like to do, what craft would I like to do, and I said Zentangle. And then later in the conversation that Mary and I were having, I was telling her, I do try to live by a motto of not delaying my happiness. And she's like, yeah, right? And so I thought to myself, then I'm not going to delay this. If I want to Zentangle, I'm just going to jump in, and I'm not going to put it off any longer. And so I have jumped in and been Zentangling, and I love it. The little card that I made in that live the other night, this one was a Zentangle. And so, I didn't use any stamps for this card. I just did Zentangling and ink smushing. And so, it's something that there's a lot of reasons why I want to Zentangle. And so I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I know that it's probably not for everyone, but I think it definitely is for card making and junk journaling and paper crafting. And I feel like I'll become a better artist. I feel like it is a great way to kind of meditate and quiet the mind. And I think what I really like about it so far is the intentionality of design. Because if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that in card making, I'm extremely free. There's no rules, there's no bounds. Like, I'll pretty much do anything. I'll, stamp on fabric and paint it. I'll do just about anything and not even worry or question it. Or just collaging on cards, franken cards, all those things. But I like the intentionality of design that comes with Zentangle. And I know that eventually, once I get the foundation set, then I feel like I will find a lot of freedom in it too. So that's why I'm so excited about it. That's why I'm probably going to binge y'all's ears so much about it, and you'll see more of it on my channel. Okay, so when it came to March, my crafty goals, I had told myself at the beginning of this year that I wanted to take planned breaks, like planned times where I could slow down and not be in such a production mode, or um, not be concerned about if I have 3 videos a week on my channel, but just relax. So at the beginning of March, I sat down. This is my kind of my planner for my YouTube channel and journal. And I wrote down all these things I wanted to do. And then I was like, that's not going to make me relax if I sit down and try to do all those things. So I actually just took my journal, I put it to the side, and I didn't pick it up for the rest of the month. And I told myself that if there was something on that list that I really wanted to do, I would kind of just get it done without doing it as a task. It would stand out to me and I would get it done. And then anything left over, I could, if I still wanted to do it in April, I could do it in April. So I really, because this year I've also been really focusing on like making products for like a craft fair, or my Etsy or whatever. And so I also didn't make any products for the craft fair this month. I really just took time off, and I'm so glad I did. Like, I enjoyed my spring break with my kids. I did all kinds of things just in a natural timing, not on a task timing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm doing this to help prevent myself from burnout. But this month in April, I do hope to be more productive. So I was very productive last month, but productive as far as like getting more products made for craft fairs or things like that. So I'm looking at my list now, and I only did, which is fine, I did 2 things off my list, and that's like a 2-page list. I did 2 things off of there, and that's totally fine, because like I said, I wrote it all down, and then I put that book away, and I just told myself I'm not going to be on a task-driven mission this month. So now here we are in April, and I'm very busy at work. I'm working 55 hours this week, and I'll probably work 55 hours next week. My daughter's having a birthday party, but I think it's all manageable and it's all good because I had that break. I wasn't tasking myself so much last month. I was just going with the flow. Whatever struck my fancy, whatever I felt like doing in the moment, whatever I had time for. There were 2 weeks in March where I only came in my craft room 1 day for a whole week. And it would be 7 days before I came back into my craft room. So I definitely got like a break from my craft being a task, if that makes sense at all. So my craft in March was just for joy. It was just whatever I wanted to do, and I love that, and I do need to make sure that that happens. So yeah, in April I haven't sat down yet and written out a bunch of goals. I have that all those things written down for March that I didn't do. So I can borrow from there, which I'm really quite excited about because I'm going to be really busy this month. And so it's nice that I don't have to be really busy and try to come up with ideas. The ideas are already there. So now that the ideas are already there for me, I can just sit down, pick one of the things off my list, and get it done. And I think that that's really going to be conducive to how my brain works. So the conversation I wanted to have with you guys is what do y'all do? Like, how do you manage your goals? How do you have crafty goals? Do you plan crafty goals? Or you know, other aspects of your life, and how do you stay on task and on goal. One, I really love like productivity strategy. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever read Atomic Habits, but if you haven't, it is a book I highly recommend. It's phenomenal. Um, it, it's a book that is a short, easy read, and it will really help. Um, for me, it helped put a lot of things into perspective about how to reach goals, how to make new habits, um, and make small changes. It's all about like a 1% change, but how 1% changes add up and build into something much more impactful. So I definitely recommend it if y'all haven't read it and you're into like productivity ideas and goals and things like that. Definitely check out Atomic Habits. I like that. So Big G said, I have a large project I'm working on right now, and I try to work on it every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Yes. And you know what I did in February? I think I did it in January too. I woke up at 5 a.m. every day. So my family gets up typically around 6:30. Well, it used to be 6. We've kind of, I guess, because it's towards the end of the school year, it's kind of moved to 6:30 and with the time change. But like, basically, I got up an hour before my family every day. And the first 15 minutes, I would clean. So I just set a 15-minute timer and I'd clean any area of my house. And then the last 45 minutes, I would craft. And it was a way for me to make sure that I got to craft. And during that time, I would say that my creativity was like at an 11 for all those Spinal Tap fans. My creativity wasn't at a 10, it was at an 11. Um, and I have found that when I feed my creativity with a daily dose of action and a daily dose of doing, that my creativity is boundless. When I do take the breaks like I did in March, and I don't come into my craft room but once every 7 days, my creativity dwindles. It doesn't matter if I'm, um, you know, watching creative people on YouTube. Like, that doesn't, it will spur an idea, which, like this one, um, but it doesn't necessarily strengthen my creative muscle, I don't think. I think doing for me personally is what strengthens my creative muscle. So that's one thing that I did that I found to be extremely helpful. So, um, let's see. So Dawn spent 3 days rearranging and organizing your craft room. Yeah, it was a big task, bigger than you thought. I understand. I can't, like, I need to do that again. I got my craft room in great condition in February and then it just slipped in March. So Dawn makes small lists and 3 at a time. So one day at a time. What it, um, I think that's really smart, Dawn. Like, they say, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? I think it's really cool that you do that. You know, and I think there's, you know, different productivity ideas that I've tried. Like, you know, I'm not like, there's some people who are planners and they make those beautiful planners. Here, let me do something other than just talk. But they make beautiful planners and write down, you know, what they're going to do that week, each day, whatever. And I figured out a long time ago, because I tried that method for a couple of years and it really just didn't work for me. I found out I'm a list maker. So I'm someone who likes to make a list and check things off. So this is just a plain white gesso, and I'm going to paint these brushes while we sit here. But yeah, I like to just make a list and check things off. That's what I like to do. And I think there's something in checking things off a list. So, you know, I also in the past used to use a lot of Post-it notes, and I would write my list, and like Dawn's saying, I just write like 3 things on the Post-it note. And then there was something just felt so good about just throwing it away. It's like, you know, build it up, have a few lists going on, and then just getting to throw them away and clear the slate and get them out of my way. That felt good to me. So that's another thing to kind of check out. I saw this, I don't know where it was. I don't know whose philosophy it is. So I don't know the root of it all. But essentially, there is an idea out there, which I've been putting into practice for the last month, that if you can do it in 2 minutes, don't put it off. So it's amazing, especially if you're doing something you're not real keen on or that you have been putting off, but it only takes 2 minutes. It's amazing what you can do in 2 minutes. Like, you know, I am a person, I really like to time myself. Like, I finally gave in to fussy cutting when I started timing myself, realizing it doesn't take much time at all to fussy cut something, and I can save a lot of money by not buying the dies. Now, I love dies. I have 2 big boxes of them. I do love dies, but I don't need all the dies for the stamp sets, because I figured out that fussy cutting's not that big of a deal, and I figured that out by timing myself. So I've kind of always been someone, that's one way I'll stay motivated when I'm like cleaning the house and doing domestic stuff, is that I used to put on an apron, and that just signified to me of what I was doing, so I wouldn't have a squirrel moment and do something different. I'd put on an apron and I would time myself in each room. So I give myself 15 minutes in each room. And so I've always kind of, that's always just been a motivator for me. But yeah, adopting to not put off what you can do in 2 minutes, and time. I encourage you, because I did it, time yourself. Set a 2-minute timer on your phone, on your Alexa, and see what you can get done in 2 minutes. It's quite remarkable, and it'll feel good. It feels good to me having it done and knowing that I didn't put it off. So that's a little productivity thing I've been doing, and it's very rewarding. It's funny how rewarding something that you've done in 2 minutes can be, you know? Okay, so I definitely want to make these altered paintbrushes. If y'all didn't see the video, because I did just release it last night, I got this kit from Dreams Etc. this month, and the project in it was a Fairy Whispers altered paintbrush project. So Jen put out a video showing how she made this one on her channel, Dreams Etc. And I was like, what? Altered paintbrushes? I need to investigate. Oh my goodness, you guys, I went down the rabbit hole, and now this is what I want to do with my life for the next week or 2. No, is make altered paintbrushes. So just now, was priming those. My hubby picked these up for me at Lowe's yesterday, and when I asked him, I was like, you didn't pay much, like you got the cheap ones, right? Because I'm just gonna like destroy these. And he was like, yeah, I think they were like $2. I don't know if they were $2 each or if they were $2 for all 3. I have no idea, but it was either $2 or $6, which is great. So let me catch back up to y'all's comments. Oh, Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Sharon, thanks for sharing that. So that's another book we can all check out. I have Audible, and I often listen to audiobooks while I craft. I don't usually watch YouTube while I craft because I want to watch. You know, I'm a visual person, so I want to see what they're making and how they're making it or something like that. So I typically listen to audiobooks. I will check that one out. Thank you, Sharon. And Dawn, to your list that you make, you add one thing that's essential. I think that's really good. Oh, and Dawn schedules her craft time just like she does appointments. I love that. I think that's exactly what I was doing when I was crafting at 5 a.m. because then I knew I would get it in. Otherwise, my day belongs to everybody else, which is fine. It is what it is. That's the chapter of my life that I'm in right now. And I'm totally fine with it. Um, but that's why I have to get creative about finding my time. Yes, I love Audible. So does Cumberland Road. I love it. It's just a great way to enrich myself while I'm doing my therapy, my art therapy. So Gloria's retired. Hip hip. And I don't really make goals, but there are days I want to craft, not craft, work on my pokey tools and glue toppers orders or other small tasks. Watch people craft and get inspired. I love that, Gloria. What a way to be retired. You're doing it. You're doing it right, my friend. Absolutely. Yes. That's what I'm doing this year, Dawn. Dawn's talking about self-care and pampering herself. And that's what I'm doing this year, too. I am actually allowing myself the time and space to have self-care. So important. Because the last couple of years I've been getting burnt out, and I don't want to do that to myself. Sharon, oh, I am strengthening my creative muscle. That'll help me clean later. I love it. Good morning, Vicky. How are you? I know I'm behind on comments. So Big G, she says, I live in a small space, so before all of my craft supplies were in boxes under our bed and hard to access. Now I have two Sterilite organizers in my closet, making it easier to access and use. Absolutely. Isn't that a big deal? Just being able to get to your supplies and having them readily available makes it so much easier. It wasn't until we moved into our new house in 2018 that I got a craft room, like a dedicated craft room. Before that, I had a little corner in our living room where I did that. Yes, the Fly Lady system. Sharon, that is kind of what I based it off of. Now, she has too much going on for me. I had to dumb it down and make it extremely simple. Put on an apron, 15 minutes a room. But she has it like designed so that, you have charts and all kinds of things. I mean, it's super cool. I just can't. My brain is like overwhelmed by her system. So I had to dumb it down Bitty Penny style. you know, make it approachable for me. I like simple concepts put into practice versus like having to take on like a whole new system And then I feel like if I don't do it as it's outlined, then I'm failing. And it's like a whole mind trip, right? So if I keep it simple, I'm less likely to get to the point of feeling like I failed in some way, I guess. Probably more about the way my brain thinks than what y'all want to know. Okay, let me keep going here. It is amazing how much you can accomplish. My children unload the dishwasher every day, and I was like, time yourselves. See how much time it really takes. Especially because y'all share the chore with one another. I bet you don't spend more than 2 to 5 minutes unloading the dishwasher each. And they really haven't grimaced about it since. They just get in there and do it once they realized, oh, wait, yeah, this is no big deal. This only takes me 2 or 3 minutes to do, and it makes mom happy. So let's just do it. It really does help, I think, timing things. Oh, cool, Big G. You're getting a Sizzix Big Shot? Nice. Oh, cool. Well, congratulations. That's so exciting. I love that you are like, oh, it's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and buy these dies and embossing folders because that machine is going to be mine. I love that. That is so cool. That was my Christmas gift in 2016, I think. Or was it 2017? I don't know. One of those was I asked for craft supplies, and what I got was, I think it's a Big Shot and a couple of die sets and a couple of embossing folders, and I've just never looked back. Hi, Donna Jo. Welcome. Oh, she bought one cheap at Tuesday Morning. Oh, cool. Yeah, I also wonder if you could find one on a Facebook group of some sort. I don't do Facebook, so I don't know what to tell you. I know that there's Facebook Marketplace, but I almost wonder if you could find one on there. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome. Nice. I don't think you'll regret it. I think you will love it. Okay, I should have a theme or something to go for these. Okay, I'm trying to think of where my stuff is. So give me a second. This messy craft room. I have a bunch of pieces that I made that I'm trying to find real quick. They're paper clay pieces, and I don't know where they are. Oh, I'll be right back. I think I know where they are. Well, shucks, you guys. I can't find them. That's okay. We'll just do one of these. And it's pretty dry. I don't know if we'll get the whole thing done. I wasn't really planning on doing this. But I just didn't want y'all staring at a blank screen. Let's see. So let me bring out this kit from Dreams Etc. because obviously everything I really need is kind of here already to make one of these. That's not included. And let's just grab some of this already pre-cut ephemera. We'll grab this, we'll use this. May end up using all of this, we'll see. All right, first things first, I'm going to stamp on here just to add some texture and interest. Yeah, happy birthday, Big G. That's so cool. Birthdays are always good. You want those. Okay, so I don't know if black is the best option, but I don't really have a direction of exactly where I'm headed with this. So we're just gonna go with it. Now, because I put that gesso on here, yes, it's gonna stamp beautifully. See that? Oh, so nice, so nice. I'm just gonna pick a different part of the stamp for the back here. This is something I'm wanting to sell in my craft fair. I'm definitely going to make some different like themed altered paintbrushes for my next craft fair. They're just so cool looking. And I love doing things in themes. Y'all know I always do, you know, my junk journals in themes. And it's probably from being a card maker. It's probably a big part of it. But I love working on things and themes. So let's keep going here. This is, I think, one big piece of chipboard. But as I said in my video last night, I'm probably just going to like cut it apart and use it in multiple pieces. Let's pick the images. I don't know how many girls we've got. There may just be this one. So let's take out this ephemera. In the video, I showed you all the ephemera. So in April, let's talk about the April goals. For my craft fair projects, I'm thinking that I do want to do like the altered paintbrushes for my craft fair projects for this month. I think they would be really cool like door hangers, and I almost want to put like bells on them and make them like door hangers. She's so big. Let's see. Kind of want someone smaller. Let me grab, I really like this girl too. I just need a fussy cutter out of, let's try her. I really like her. Paper clay, yes. Yes, Donna Jo, that's what I was looking for. I have a whole box of paper clay embellishments that I've made, and I can't find that little box this morning. It's just in a pile somewhere in this craft room of mine. But I have Alice in Wonderland. I have sun and moon and all kinds of different molds. If that's something y'all would want to see, if you would like to see the molds, that my little mold collection that I have for these embellishments and see my embellishments, let me know. One thing that I wanted to make in March that I didn't was a video showing some different watercolor techniques and gel printing techniques. So that will be coming That's on my list, and I am going to make those videos. See, that did not take long to fussy cut. Yeah, I like her better only for the scale of this paintbrush. Okay, and then we have some flowers here. Let's check these out. These are Prima. I'm liking this purple one, but I might end up painting. I don't think the color really matters too much on these because I might end up painting it. Now this is my first one, and I'm sure over time of making a bunch of these, I will figure out different layering techniques and things that I might want to do. Like I could see myself wanting to put things behind her like this, things like that, but then I'd want to back it. I want these to be super strong. I even feel like I want to back her, but she's pretty sturdy. I also kind of want to paint these bristles, and I definitely want to use some fabric. So in this kit, we got silk ribbon, which is gorgeous, and then we've got some fabric and bling and lace. So let's take a look at all of this. I was going to keep this video short and just about my goals, and then here we are crafting. Let's see. Here's the thing. I really want to still see the paintbrush. So I think I'm just going to cut this one apart and just do a little fabric right here. Is that getting too crazy? It's hard to see. This piece is super cool. I haven't seen a piece like this before where it has all of that in one. I really love that. Okay, for now, I'm just doing this. And then I do want to paint the paintbrush. Got this pink. And this copper. I think we'll do pink and copper, or rose gold. All right, let me catch up to y'all. Yeah, Sharon. Oh my gosh, there's not room for two of us in here right now. That's how bad I need to clean it again. Oh, that is so cool, Donna Jo. I mean, not that COVID forced a retirement for you, but that you got to return and that you love your job. I love that. I love my job too. Been doing it for 13 years, and evidently people don't do that anymore, but I love it. And yeah, but I would still also love to retire prematurely and just get to craft. I would also be fine with that. Okay, so we kind of have an idea there. I'm just going to dip this in here because I can't find my brush that I want to use. And I'm just wanting this paintbrush to look used, so I'll just dip it in there. And that's how I'll do that. This is one of those projects I really wasn't planning on doing live because things have to dry. You know, you gotta let things dry. Let's see. Let me grab this big gnarly paintbrush. Look at this thing. I just want to put a little rose gold on here too. Can I get it in there? Let's see. I like that two-tone look, adding just a little bit of gold. Can also take this and then, you know, touch up the sides with it. I have got to go after this. I need to mail off a bunch of Etsy orders. If you guys didn't know, I did a D-stash this week in my Etsy shop. There are still some items left. If you're interested, you can go check it out. I'm putting out orders today. I did not have time this weekend or this week because I was working a lot. And I want to make sure, you know, I do it right, and I just didn't have time. Okay, so there's that. This will be a very simple altered paintbrush. If you go down the rabbit hole on YouTube, you'll see that they can get extremely detailed and extremely mixed media, but we're just doing a simple one for the purposes of this live. I do want to back her. This is a nice board, but I still want to back her. So this is that fawn silk ribbon. I'm going to use the back of this. And I'm going to trace this out and back her on that. Thanks for sharing y'all's ideas on productivity with me and hanging out with me. I thought this live was going to be 30 minutes or an hour, but if I sit at my desk long enough, I'm going to start crafting. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie, suddenly it's going to be making altered paintbrushes. It's just the way it is. Oh, the COVID 30? Yeah, Donna, you're not alone. You're in good company on that front. You know, I was just reflecting this last week on just how bizarre that time was for all of us. What a wild and weird thing we've all been through, right? Unlike any other time in my life, just completely different. And I told myself that, like, I should probably do some processing. I should probably think and process more and be gentle with myself as we try to return to normalcy. My kids, well, just went back to public school this year. You know, it's just, we just returned to going to church weekly again this year. Like, it's just really wild. Okay. So yeah, just wanted to back her. I'm gonna have to definitely ink blend around her to give her a little more stability and strength. This paper is from Blue Fern Studios at Dreams Etc. I think she might have it in stock. It's in the February kit, which is still in stock, but I think it's called Fairy Whispers. And I'm pretty sure Jen designed it, which is the owner of Dreams Etc. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love her. And if I use this purple flower, then I don't have to paint it. It's already the right color to get along here. So now I'm going to glue her down I'm just going to put glue down the center here. Try to line it up. Let me turn this over. Yes, that will work. And then I'm going to put glue. Oh, that's not glue. Put glue here. This glue is super strong. It's a bookbinding glue, a professional archival bookbinding glue. I absolutely know it will hold on here, no problem at all. Where is my little, there it is. I'll put this little bit of trim on here like so. And then I'll put some embellishments and we'll wrap this thing up. Anyways, I want to make a bunch of these for my craft fair. And so you will be seeing more altered paint brushes on my channel this month in April. It's kind of the project I picked for April, and I picked it last night. I had a different project in mind, which I might still do. But once I started looking at this, I was like, this is my project because I want this in my craft fair. I think it'd be really pretty to add some like gilding flakes to this and add a little foil. So let's do that. What I'm gonna do, you don't have to have gilding glue, but I have some and I might as well use it because it's not gonna get, you know, use if you have it. So I have gilding glue, but you don't have to have it. You can use regular glue, just so you know. I'm gonna put some gilding, I think here with the flowers. So I'll put some there. I'm gonna try to just do a really thin line and just a couple here in the wings. Don't want to go overboard. Oh gosh, too much. I'm going to put some down in the bristles of the brush as well. I think that'll be fun. That's going to be a thick line. Got to absorb some of that. Just absorb it into this brush. Put a teeny tiny bit up in her hair. Put a little bit up here on the brush. It's, you know, on the handle of the brush. See if y'all can see what I'm doing. Up here. Some down here. Okay. So special water-based slow drying glue dedicated to metallic flakes or metallic foil techniques. It can be used to attach small embellishments, mica flakes, glitter, rhinestones. Spread a fine, even layer of gilding glue onto the painted or primed with gesso surface. When the glue is drying, turning transparent, gently apply metallic flakes. Let it dry, brush off. So that's how you use the Finnabar gilding glue. We need to get that going on these pieces here. So I'm just going to add it kind of everywhere on these wings because it's already translucent. And I did a nice thin layer on these. So it should dry quick and we should be able to get a reveal and see what it looks like. It's already starting to dry up here in her hair. I went a little heavy in the flower. Oh, it's super sticky glue though, you guys. It's not just a, you know, they're not duping us here. They're not just trying to sell us a regular glue and call it something different. It is different than a regular white glue. But I just want you to know you can use a regular white glue. You don't have to use gilding glue, but it is different. It's much more sticky. Get some of these. You know, this is one of those tedious things, but it's the tedious small details to me that really set a project apart, that really make it feel finished to me. It's all the little details. My son is cleaning, so don't mind that. I certainly don't mind. It's messy. It's messy, and I like it. Okay, so once this dries, see how sticky it is? All right. Once it dries, then we can go back in and rub off the excess, which I don't think that one was quite dry, but that's okay. And this paint is definitely not dry that I put my hand in. I'm gonna let this dry a little more. I know that these are fine though, because I put it on so thin. I want to at least show you what the wings will look like. And I'm going to let the thicker areas dry a bit more before I rub them off. But let's take a look. The impromptu altered paintbrush project. Isn't that fun? You guys, oh, let me know what y'all think. I am Goldfinger. You're right, Gloria. You know what's funny, Gloria, is one of my nicknames has been Money Penny, because my last name Penny. So from James Bond, Money Penny. So what do y'all think? Do you like the altered paintbrush? Because I love it. Why haven't I seen these before? It doesn't matter. I've seen it now and I'm gonna make it, and I'm excited about it. So there it is, already getting started on those March goals. I think it's so cool. It's so much fun. Or I should say April, since it's April. And yeah, tomorrow is a sheet load day, so you'll have to come back, check it out, or you can check me out on Monday. It'll be available indefinitely. So yeah, sheet load is tomorrow, and next week I'll be doing, I think, probably more of these on my channel, and I'll have some 5 cards 1 kit coming out, and I'll have another collage for the Collage Weekly Challenge. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks for talking to me about crafty goals. I'm so glad that I joined this collab with Debbie, because it does help. There's accountability and producing a video for y'all at the first of every month, telling you what I've worked on, tell you what I want to work on. Like, there's a lot of accountability is a good thing, especially for someone like me. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Yes, Dawn, thanks for the reminder. If y'all could hit that thumbs up, that would help me so much. I am trying to, you know, do different things, and I would love to have more people come along on that journey, and they'll find my channel if you give it a thumbs up. Then YouTube is like, oh, you mean that video, that channel's decent? Cool. Let me recommend them to somebody else. All right. Much love to you all. I hope you have a beautiful day and that you get to get crafty as well. See you later. Bye.